Morning. A very good morning to all the esteemed dignitaries here, parents, teachers, and student friends. Approximately 78 years before, as we today are celebrating this 79th Independence Day, 1947 August, we made a tryst with destiny when we secured freedom, and we had ambitious goals. We wanted to eliminate poverty, we wanted to eliminate unemployment, eliminate corruption, eradicate crimes against women. We wanted to have one of the best healthcare systems in the world, one of the best education systems in the world. We wanted to have good governance. We wanted to have a governance which will be transparent, which will be responsive, which will provide accessibility to all its citizens, where the resources will be equitably distributed, where we wanted a sustained wealth generation. We wanted to become a prosperous nation, and as in the last 78 years and in this 79th year, when we are progressing towards that goal of a prosperous nation, where we wanted to make our nation, India, as heaven on earth, we need young leaders, the leaders who were the torch bearers here today, who received badges, and not only those students, leaders, the young generation who receive badges or no, or win in competitions. Each and every kid amongst us, each and every younger generation student from each and every of our family are a true leader. And who is this true leader? A true leader is not one who wants to exercise control. True leader is one who wants to do service to the nation, to serve the nation, a willingness to serve his motherland. So, Napoleon Bonaparte, parents, many of you will be knowing, one of the greatest French personalities we know. Napoleon Bonaparte, he defines a leader as a person who deals with hope, நம்பிக்கை. நம்பிக்கை தான் எல்லாமே. நாம முன்னேறுவோம் அப்படிங்கிற அந்த நம்பிக்கையோட தான் முன்னேற்ற பாதையில, வளர்ச்சி பாதையில அடியெடுத்து வைக்கிறோம். So a leader is one who has a vision and a positive belief as well as positive mindset. Both this positive belief and attitude generates a lot of enthusiasm. இந்த குழந்தைங்க மத்தியில பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவ்வளவு ஒரு புத்துணர்ச்சி பார்க்கலாம். இப்போ பின்னாடி இங்க வந்து கல்ச்சுரல் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ்க்காக தயாராகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. They have a lot of enthusiasm. அதாவது அவங்களுக்குள்ள இருக்கிற அந்த கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி, அந்த கற்பனை திறன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னு வைங்களேன், எல்லாமே ஒரு பெர்செப்ஷன்ல தான் இருக்கு, நம்மளுடைய பார்வையில தான் இருக்கு. ரெண்டு சேல்ஸ்மேன் ஒரு நாட்டுக்கு, வளர்ச்சி அடையாத ஒரு நாடு, ஆப்பிரிக்கா மாதிரி ஒரு நாட்டுக்கு போறாங்க. ஒருத்தர் போய் பார்க்கறாரு, அங்க யாருமே ஷூ போட்டு இல்ல, இந்த இடத்துல ஷூ விற்க முடியாது. ஷூ சேல்ஸ் பண்றதுக்காக போனவர் வந்துட்டு சொல்றாரு, இந்த ஊர்ல யாருமே ஷூ போடல, ஷூ விற்க முடியாதுன்னு. அதே இன்னொரு சேல்ஸ்மேன், அங்க ஒருத்தர் கூட ஷூ போடல, இங்கதான் ஷூ நிறைய விற்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு அந்த கண்ணோட்டம் இருக்கு பாருங்க, the perception. That is what is the winning attitude. அதாவது அவர் நம்பிக்கை வச்சிருக்காரு பாருங்க, தன் மேல வச்சிருக்கிற அந்த தன்னம்பிக்கை, செல்ஃப் கான்பிடன்ஸ். This is what is needed in a leader. Students, you should all imbibe this attitude in your mind, that you should build self confidence within you. That is your strength. So you have to know yourself, what are your strengths. உங்களை நீங்க முழுசா உணர்ந்துட்டாதான் உங்களுடைய முழு திறனை நீங்க வெளிப்படுத்த முடியும். You will be able to self realize, actually reach your fullest potential only then. அப்போ மாணவ செல்வங்கள், நீங்க ஒவ்வொருத்தரும், you need to have a vision like that of a leader, and you have to write down a mission statement. Today, if you have not yet done till date, when you go back home, parents, you ask each of your ward to write down their mission statement. What is your mission in life? What you want to become? What you visualize for the nation? What you want the nation to be? Tell them to ask this question to themselves. Who am I? நான் யாரு அப்படின்னு உங்க குழந்தைங்களை கேள்வி கேட்க சொல்லுங்க. இப்ப அந்த கேள்வியை கேட்டோம்னா சில பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க, அவங்க பேரை சொல்லி நான் இவர். புரியுதுங்களா? இப்போ சந்தோஷ் அப்படிங்கிற மாணவனை கூப்பிட்டு கேட்டீங்கன்னா ஐ எம் சந்தோஷ். So is that the true you inside you? Some people will say I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm a student. But that is not the true self. ஜொனாதன் லிவிங்ஸ்டன் சீகல் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு புஸ்தகங்க, ரிச்சர்ட் பாத் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு எழுத்தாளர் எழுதின ஒரு புஸ்தகம். The seagull, it cannot fly very high or very long distances அப்படின்னு அதுக்குள்ள ஒரு நம்பிக்கை வச்சிருந்தது. அந்த புத்தகத்தை படிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். At the end of the story from this Jonathan Livingston Seagull, you will realize that your whole idea of freedom is the you inside you. The whole body is nothing more than your thoughts. Your thoughts become perceptions, become action, and that is what you actually finally become. So there is no boundary to your thoughts. Don't fix a barrier or a boundary to your thoughts. Allow your thoughts to freely flow. There was an island, ஒரு தீவு இருந்துச்சு. In that island, one person is telling we have to build many more buildings. You know, the island is surrounded on all sides by water, by the ocean. See, the mental block is that where do you find more land to create more space to build more buildings? தீவுல எப்படி இன்னும் நிலத்தை உருவாக்க முடியும், எல்லா பக்கமும் கடல் தண்ணி இருக்கே அப்படின்ட்டு. But now you know, in many places land has been reclaimed from the ocean. It has happened in Israel, it has happened in even Mumbai. Bandra Kurla complex is a place where land has been reclaimed. I have lived there for 2 years, so I'm saying this confidently. So there is no such thing as a boundary to your thought and something which is not possible. The word impossible will be found only in the dictionary of fools. We do not want to be fools. We do not want our kids to be fools. We want them to be leaders. So when something is difficult, there is a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Tough times never last, but tough people last forever. Quitters never win, winners never quit. So never give up. This should be the success mantra in your mind. As a leader is not a single being. Leader doesn't exist in solitude. Leader tani oruvan alla. So leader is part of a team. So the leader's first role is team building. He has to build a team. Why? See, we each one of us gathered here, we have our own strengths. We are each smart in our own way. But none of us are smarter than all of us put together. நாம எல்லோரும் சேர்ந்தா என்ன சாதிக்க முடியுமோ அதை எந்த ஒரு தனிநபரும் இங்க கூடியிருக்கவங்களால சாதிக்க முடியாது. இதை மனதில் விதைத்துதான் நாம குழுவாக செயல்பட வேண்டும். We have to have this team spirit so that we can achieve greater. Moreover, in this era of artificial intelligence, can anyone say that I know everything? Nobody can claim that I know it all. So, see, artificial intelligence is beyond human imagination, but created by human for your kind information. So, as a team leader, you have to acknowledge the role of each and every member in your team. You have to give credit to your team when success happens. தோனி செய்வார் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? கப்பு கொடுக்கும்போது ஒரு வினாடி கப்பை கையில வாங்கும்போது தான் அவரை நீங்க பார்க்க முடியும். அதுக்கப்புறம் மொத்த டீம் தான் அந்த செலிப்ரேஷனை கொண்டாடிக்கிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. So give credit to your team when you achieve success. Accept responsibility for any failure happening as a team leader. Say I am sorry. Apology நிப்பாட்டிடாதீங்க. Don't stop at apology. proceed to introspect what went wrong. Why did I fail? Why did we fail? This introspection is required. So you be responsible, plan, prioritize, strategize, set goals. There is a tremendous potential in each one of us. Each one of us have unlimited capacity. You know, the river, it has unlimited capacity. The river boundaries are there. Why? We have to channelize the water so that we can put it to productive use for drinking, irrigation, like that. Similarly, the unlimited capacity which is inside each one of us, we need to set certain rules. We need to set certain goals. We have to give direction and channelize that energy. As a leader, you need to have wisdom, the intellectual strength. A leader has to be alert all the time. He has to have a deep sense of learning and studying, keeping abreast of latest developments. A leader has to contemplate, reflective thinking. When you stop learning, you stop growing. You teach this to each and every of your kid. Once you stop learning, you stop growing. Very important aspect to be taught to each and every student. Don't procrastinate. What you can do today, do it today itself, not tomorrow. At the end of the day, the student at 8 o'clock or 8:30 may be tired, exhausted, maybe feeling, should I do the max today itself? Should I do the EVS today itself? Should I complete English today itself? These questions will come in the mind of the young kid, exhausted kid, waking up as early as 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and 8:30 it's all day worked up, many activities, including academic activities, lot of extracurricular activities. So teach your kid at that moment, just open your book for 2 minutes. குழந்தை புஸ்தகத்தை திறந்தா போதுங்க, ஆர்வம் தானா செய்ய ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். ஏன்னா அவ்வளவு ஆற்றல் அந்த குழந்தைக்கு உள்ள புதைந்து கிடக்கு. அந்த ஆற்றல் வெளியே வர்றதுக்கு you need a small spark, a small start. அந்த ட்ரிகர் தான் வேணும். This trigger will ignite fire inside the kid, so it will achieve its fullest potential. So when there is an obstacle like this, mental obstacle, that you are tired, exhausted, like that, we should learn from the ant. எறும்பை பார்த்து நம்ம வாழ கத்துக்கணும். எறும்பு தான் போய்கிட்டு இருக்க பாதையில ஒரு தடை வந்தா என்ன வரும்? திரும்பி வந்துருமா? எறும்பு எப்பவுமே திரும்பி வராது. நடைப்பயிற்சி பண்ணணும்ட்டு நான் காலையில கிளம்பிடணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். மழை பெய்யுது, இன்னைக்கு மழை பெய்யுது, நடக்காம இருந்துடலாம். சாக்கு போக்கு சொல்றது. Don't have excuses that it is raining, I will not go out for walking today. Do some exercise. Learn from the ant. Ant will meander, take a curve and proceed further. You also should learn from the ant that you can achieve better as a team. Important for a leader who is going to take the country towards the prosperity goal. Many ants join together, they will be rolling. You cannot imagine that much food they'll be rolling together as a group of ants. One ant cannot do that. But have you seen that happen daily in your life? So we should learn from the ant to perform as a team, to bring up the synergy in you. So don't blame the environment that it is raining. Take control of the situation and the environment. You need to have self-control. Inside your home, when it is raining, you can do exercises, you can do yoga, you can do meditation. All these will keep your physique sound. Your health is wealth. Keep this in mind. A leader has a very significant role in motivation. The Second World War was going on. Winston Churchill was at the helm of affairs. So there is a coal mine, Nilakari Surangam. So people there, they are dejected in these times of war. What I am doing here in the coal mine? So Winston Churchill visits the coal mine, and so he wants to motivate the miners there who are feeling dejected. So he is saying, Some years from now, we would have won the war and we would have been marching towards progress, towards prosperity. At that time, your kids, each one of your kids will come and ask their parents. The sailor will say, I was moving the ship with the fuels and the supplies. The soldier will say, I was in the 8th army. So the doctor will say, I was taking care of the wounded soldiers. Winston Churchill added, your kids will tell that my dad was moving coal supplies, cutting the coal and sending them to the ships which were giving supplies to the entire world. So you are playing a more significant role than anybody else. நாம பண்ற நம்மளுடைய அந்த செயல் எவ்வளவு முக்கியத்துவமானது அப்படிங்கிறத அவங்க மனசுல பதிய வைக்க வேணும். அது படிக்கிறதா இருந்தாலும் சரி, விளையாட்டா இருந்தாலும் சரி. படிக்கும்போது அறிவு வளருது, விளையாட்டுனால அவங்க தேக பயிற்சினால அவங்கள உடல் ஆரோக்கியம் வருது. இதை அவர்கள் மனதில் பதிய வைக்க வேண்டும். அவர்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் திறனை செம்மைப்படுத்தி you should ask them to follow their passion. Each kid has a passion. Every kid is not the same. 5 fingers are not alike. One is good at drawing, one is good at maths, one is good at elocution. Today we saw many kids receiving medals and certificates for their talent in drawing or in elocution or in different fields. So they are born to win. You should teach the kids that it is more important to do smart work than hard work. கஷ்டப்பட்டு படிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு உங்க குழந்தை உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லக்கூடாது. பேரண்ட்ஸ் டீச்சர்ஸ் டேல டீச்சர்ஸ் கிட்ட போய் கேட்டா டீச்சர்ஸ் என்ன சொல்லணும்? உங்க குழந்தை சமத்தா படிக்குதுன்னு சொல்லணும். ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு படிக்கிற உங்க குழந்தைன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. அந்த சமத்தா படிக்கிற மாதிரி குழந்தைங்களுக்கு you should teach them do smart work. There is a story about life skills, what we have to learn in our life, which is more important, which is you have to prioritize at different situations, which will help you. There was a learned professor who was going in a boat. So while he was going in the boat, a leaf came in the water. He took the leaf. He asked the boatman, can you tell about this leaf? The boatman doesn't know anything about it. He said, oh, you do not know biology. 20% of your life is wasted. Then he caught hold of a pebble. Then he asked, can you tell about this pebble? The boatman doesn't know. You don't know geology also. Another 20% life is wasted. Then some writings, inscriptions are there in the rock while the boat is moving. What is this written? Do you know about that inscription? So the boatman saying, I don't know. So then he's saying, so you don't know even about history. Another 20% life is wasted. Then he is seeing the stars in the sky become night. The boatman doesn't say, I don't know about the stars. You don't know about astronomy also. 80% of your life is wasted. Suddenly, there was a heavy wind. The boat capsized. The boatman started swimming towards the shore. He asked this learned professor, do you know swimming? Your 100% life is now missed because the professor did not know swimming. So teach your students life skills, not alone academic skills which they are learning in the school. Teach them which are all life skills which will help them groom themselves to become more confident leaders. At the same time, build value system in them. Ethics is very important. Don't compromise. Remember, if character is lost, everything is lost. This doctrine you should imbibe in the minds of your children even as they are very young. So they will grow with integrity, honesty. So they will not rationalize wrong behavior, immoral behavior. This should be curtailed when they are very young. So they will have a clear conscience. The same time, you need to teach them humility. ரொம்ப பணிவா So there was a tryst with the destiny speech in the Constituent Assembly. Our first Prime Minister is speaking in the Constituent Assembly. At this solemn moment, when the people of India, through suffering and sacrifice, have secured freedom, I, member of the Constituent Assembly of India, do dedicate myself in all humility to the service of India and her people. With all humility. When he wants the nation to march towards rightful place in the world and willing to contribute for welfare of mankind and world peace. At that time, he is saying with all humility, the first Prime Minister. So that much humility should be there in a leader. Therefore, you step out of your comfort zone, have creativity, have a focus. When you go to a cricket match or a tennis match, the focus should be on the ball or the bat and the racket, not on the scoreboard. If you focus on the ball only, you will win the match, not when you focus on the scoreboard. So there is, you inculcate habits of decision making and problem solving. Problem solving by out of the box thinking. Decisions made should be rational, which should be humane, which should be positive for everybody. Like Abdul Kalam sir said, have a vision, dream. Dreams become thoughts, thoughts become action. Action leads you to success. The inquisitive mind, the curious mind of the kid should be trained in this 5 F's. The kids should be friendly, frank, fair, firm and faithful. 5 C's, they should have clarity, commitment, courage, confidence, consistency. 5 D's, desire, dedication, discipline, direction and determination. At the same time, our kids should not be very serious all the time. You should teach them the sense of humor. Make them feel happy. Tell them, smile, cheer up. Inculcate a sense of humor in them. Live the moment. This moment, once lost, will never come again. So the childhood memories are there forever. They should not lose their happy childhood moments. Teach them to do meditation, yoga, prayer, contemplation in solitude, reflective reading, so that the self-orientation helps them. So with the right or positive attitude, a vision, build the thought in them that success is a journey and not a destination. Perfection comes from practice, and perfection will make them realize their dreams. So tell them to think big, do big, act big, achieve big. Remember Swami Vivekananda's words for a leader: arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Our nation's wealth is in the young generation of kids here we are seeing in this school. They have to be molded into patriotic citizens, leaders, and leave with them the tryst with the destiny which we are yet to accomplish in the coming years. Jai Hind. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.